Staff members, journalists based in the precinct and members of parliament all struggled to digest these images. They expressed their trauma and distress, having spent large parts of their days here at this historical site. It became more than just a building or an office space. For weeks, parts of the precinct considered to be a crime scene were cordoned off. An investigation was launched into the cause of the fire. The buildings affected were handed over to the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, the Hawks. The Department of Public Works also conducted an investigation. A 10-member panel of experts, including a fire expert, conducted an assessment for the department.
Much ground towards restoring the function of Parliament and support for its business has happened during this year of 2022 since the fire broke out on the 2nd of January. A great amount of time was invested in the multidisciplinary technical expert assessment of the damage caused, particularly to the structure, and the quantification and cost of the damage. With the completion of this process, which took approximately 7 months, the National Treasury, through the medium-term budget policy statement, was able to provide about 118 million rands towards ensuring business continuity of Parliament and 2 billion rands towards rebuilding cost.
While the damage was immense, some good news at the time was that many priceless artifacts and other valuable items were saved. Many of these items are symbolic of South Africa's history and journey to democracy. These include the mace, a symbol signifying the authority of the National Assembly. The mace was designed to reflect the history, traditions and diversity of the country. It would have been difficult to recreate. The Kaiskama tapestry, another priceless item that's been packed away for safekeeping. The Parliamentary Library, which has many historical books dating back to the 1800s, and the Art Gallery, which houses a range of artworks and heritage objects, remain untouched by the fire. However, Parliament says the disaster set the institution back by a decade with the destruction of technology and broadcast infrastructure. This infrastructure was key to enhancing Parliament's public access processes, especially during COVID. Parliament therefore had to find alternative venues and instruments to conduct its constitutional mandate. The financial injection provided for by Treasury will cover this.
With this provision by the Minister of Finance, we will now be securing a short to medium-term alternative accommodation for the sittings of the National Assembly while embarking on the structural repairs or rebuilding of the damaged National Assembly chamber, the offices, as well as the parts of the old Assembly building in the new year. We were well trained by the COVID-19 disruption of 2 years to ensure business continuity amidst a crisis situation, and Parliament has ensured that there was minimal interruption in its work.
The man accused of breaking into Parliament when the fire started, Zandile Mafe, has already made numerous appearances in court. He was arrested in January for allegedly starting the fire. He faces charges of terrorism, arson, housebreaking, theft and possession of explosives. Mafe is expected to appear in court again early this year. He remains in custody. Abra Barbia, SABC News, Parliament.